everyone, Cheryl here today with KaDoodle Bug Designs, and today we're going to be working with the darling spring chick. Isn't she super cute? I just love her. And so I'm going to show you how I did the bug and her eyes today, and then I'll go over some of the things that I used as well. So all the cardstock I used is American Crafts, and I did use this shimmery cardstock, and I'm not sure if this is from Paper Temptress or not. I do buy a lot of my paper from Paper Temptress, and I'll try to go in and see if I could find what I've used so I can name what I'm using, because she does have a lot of beautiful cardstock, so I'll try to remember and do that when I'm doing cutting. I'll try to write them down. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started. I've prepped all my pieces, so I'm just going to kind of go over with you really quick. I prepped all the yellows except for the tummy using Barely Banana, and then I also used some apricot appeal, and these are Stampin' Up's really old colors. You could really use any color you'd like. Let me see if I can move this camera, sorry. So you can use any color you'd like. I did these two colors together on the dark yellow and then on the light, just very lightly. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get that glued on. We might as well get started gluing while I'm going over some of the things. Okay. And so I didn't cut the paper. Normally I take the textured part of the cardstock and place it down on the mat when I'm cutting, and I didn't on this, so the shape is, because I put it backwards, it's not quite going to cover where it needs to, and that's okay. I'm fine with that, because if I have to, I could come in with a marker and darken up, but if you cut it and not flip it like I did, you'll be fine, because it'll fit perfectly. And so if I put it this way, it'll cover everything up. But anyways, I just kind of wanted to let you know that. So the wings go on first. And if you're new to the SVG files, I love that you can take the backer. She's got, KaDoodle Bug Designs does a backer for a lot of the designs, and so it helps. And I am using these biker tools. I'm just going to kind of show you. I get them off of Amazon. You get a set of 2. They do have refills that you can buy for the ends, but I figured I would let you know what I'm using. Sometimes I forget to. If I forget anything, just drop me a comment below, you know, letting me know what you thought of the video. And if you have any questions, you know, let me know on that or ask. Okay, so I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit. All right, so we're going to do the wings go on first on this one, and then we're going to put the belly, the tummy, and all that on next. And so we'll just get that placed on. The bug I like to wait to do. So her little pieces down here for her little legs are so cute. We're going to put those next, and we're going to get these legs on too as well. We might as well just get all this area done up. So see how you can match up. You're matching up these little areas, and it just helps you. It's kind of like putting I always say it's like putting a puzzle together. And then you don't have to worry, you know, about if you've got them in the right place or whatnot. So now the legs, we know the legs come up about so high. So I'll just add the glue a lot of times when it's something that I think I can just eyeball and add on. I don't want to be touching such a small piece sometimes, you know, trying to put glue. Sometimes we have to, but if I could avoid having my hands touching glue, I'm better off, because I'm one of those, messy crafters that once I have glue on me, I just seem to get it all over the project, and even with wiping and having a rag and everything, I still seem to just make a mess. So I'm better off if I can not touch. Let's see if I can grab my rag. Sorry. Oops. Okay. So I'm just going to dab down and grab any of that excess glue. And then you could always take the one end of the tool and grab up whatever's left. Okay. And I think we're probably going to be okay on that. All right. So the next thing we can do is go ahead and add her head on. We'll get the head on and we'll do the face. So I tried to prep all my pieces in this video just and let you know that I used the inks, just the refills, and I put a drop on my glass mat. If you don't have a glass mat, you could use a heat safe, and then I just wiped the stuff up. This was the one I used for the apricot, and then this is the Barely Banana. You can get these off of Amazon too, those little daubers, if you're looking for something like that. Okay, so now for the face, we want to go ahead and get our placement for the beak. And the beak, I did the same thing, and I'm going to show you. I used the apricot appeal. This is just a Stampin' Up's old color. I don't even know if Stampin' Up still does these colors, but I'm sure you have some color orange or a marker. A lot of times you can come in with a marker and use that. I did that on the feet. So like here to get, I don't know if you could see, but you could take any marker. It doesn't have to be a Copic, but I just took the Copic and came around the edge to just give the definition on the, the outline on the edge. And then you could come in with your dauber and give it the shading it needs. And so that's a way you can do that as well. Okay. And you could do the same thing with the beak. Now, if you're on a cell phone and you're new to watching my channel, you can click on the little box on your cell phone screen and enlarge it to full screen. That way you can see everything low end and all that. So you can just kind of come on the edge. Whoops, and I did come off over that. Now with the Copics, it's okay if that happens because you could always come in with the blender. I typically don't end up doing that, but if you have a Copic and you did that, you could just come in and try to blend that in. But with the markers, I try to be a little more careful so I'm not coming up like that. And I think if I did and it bothered me a lot, I would probably come in with a lighter orange and try to blend it, even with the water-based markers. You could always do that, or take one of the water pens. Whoops. It's the big piece first, you guys. Let me kind of move that. I'm gonna get that glue moved around. And then, yeah, so if you did something like that, like a little boo-boo, just come in with a lighter orange. Okay, and so we have that part on. So that helps with getting the placement for all the other things that we're going to do. So we are going to do the cheeks really quick. Those are pretty quick. I'm using these brushes. I got these off of Amazon. You get a set of 12, and I think they are now, they're more now than what I paid when I bought mine, but they're still a good price. I think, I want to say 10 something or 9 something, but you get 12 of them. And I do use these a lot with the chalk. So right now I'm using Stampin' Up's really old scrapbooking chalks. So you could use any chalks that are for scrapbooking. And so I just used a light pink. Now, if you want it to be a little darker, just come in with a little darker. You could come in on the edges and do a little darker. And I'm going to leave it. I'm happy with that. And I'm using the Posca paint pen. I love this pen. It's the 0.7. Oh, I keep saying 0.07. Sorry. It's 0.7 millimeters. Someone told me, left me a comment and said you could buy these off of Amazon. When I bought them, I bought a set of 2 on eBay. I want to say when I bought them on eBay, I can't remember if I paid $6 for 2. 5, 6, 7, I don't remember. But anyways, check around, see if you want to try them. They're good. You could take these little nibs out and clean them. Like this one, you could tell needs to be cleaned. But you can take it out, wipe it up, and then put it back in, and then prime it by pressing down and letting the ink come back down, or the paint. But they're nice because you can come over the eyes. Once you put glossy accents, you could do that. They don't run out like the gel pens. I haven't bought a gel pen in years. So the next thing we want to do is find the placement where we want the eyes. And so on this one here, I'm going to put just the glue where I think I want these little eyes to go. And that's kind of how I find my eyes, where I'm thinking they're going to go. And you could bring them out as far as you want, or in. On some of my videos, I bring the eyes like really close. Sometimes I'll, spread them out. It's really up to you and what you like and what you think looks good. And I'm thinking I'm going to go right about there on this one. So, because when I bring in this black piece right here, I don't line it right up like that. I kind of bring it up a little bit and in. So it's not lined up with the white. Now you can line it up, and that's entirely up to you how you want to do. Okay, so we're ready to finish these eyes up. Let's get the eyes done. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm loading up a shader brush for the shading. So I've got that ready. And then I'm going to take a Micron, whoops, and not throw it, I promise. No, a 01 Micron or a 02 or whatever you have. And I'm doing the eyeliner, and I'm just going to get the liner on here. And usually I'll come in with the tool and make sure there's no glue. So you could always check to make sure there's no glue there. And boy, I've been having problems with the pen. It's funny because I've been sick. It's not funny. I've been sick for several days in bed, and then I come down here and I'm trying to work on this stuff, and it's like all of a sudden my pins aren't working. So I just used a 03. I don't know what's up with the other pen. I'm hoping my 005 doesn't do that. Now I probably would have come down a little more, so you could just come down a little bit. Oh boy, that's the 0. So I just took it right now on a piece of paper and scribbled, and it worked. Okay, so now what we're going to do is start our eyelashes. And what I do is I just kind of come and swoop them down. And I'm hoping you could see that. Let me zoom in and see if you can really see what I'm doing. So when I swooped, I kind of swooped like this down with the pen and out. And then I'm going to come and do my ones that come down. Okay, so I can come over here and do the ones that come down, and then come back up here And I just kind of bring the pen down and out. And then come back in and fill in if you need. And I have a feeling I'm going to have to replace this one, but see how when you come back in, you can kind of fill it in and make it dark. Now, when I come in with the chalk, it kind of ties everything together. And that's what I love about the chalk, is it just, and then you can always, once you've added some of the chalk, if you feel that you need to come back in and add more lashes, you could always do that. Is that 005? So right now I'm using the 005, which I have a feeling my 005 is running out. Yeah. So this one's going to be a little darker. Oh well. Okay, and then let's go ahead and wipe that brush, and I'm bringing in some yellow chalk. And I'm just kind of, and then blowing it off. And I think that's going to be fine. So I'm going to come in with that Posca pen, and even though I'm going to do the, and that really should be pulled out. So I just pulled the nib out, and then I can just put it back in and then just push down and the paint comes right out. The only problem is now I have it all over my hands because I'm just trying to, okay, so there's that. And then we could always add the little dot here. And then on her, oops, because I'm zoomed in, I had to move up. And then a couple, and then a little line there. And I go 1, 2 on the, and I'm too zoomed in. So we're gonna zoom out a little bit. And I think that's probably it. And then we can go ahead and put her together. Let's get the pieces together. So let's get these pieces up here first. I'm just gonna add some glue. I think I've done like 4 of these, you guys. So I had all this prepped and sitting so I could do a video on Monday. Mondays I usually do all my videos, but when you wake up and you're sick, but crafting did not happen. Today's my first day being able to come in here, and I'm so happy that I'm in here. Even though I'm still kind of not feeling good. I don't know what bug I got, but let me tell you, it was definitely not fun. 4 days in bed is just horrible. I'm being sick. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we have all that. So the little top part of the flower, we could do some barely banana. Whoops. Don't lose that piece because I don't have any extras. So I'm just going to kind of dab that, and then I'm going to just add the glue to the back of this piece and get that. Oops. And I probably could have pulled these up a tad. There we go. But I kind of like that down, so I think I'm leaving it. Okay, and then we'll add the bug and we're done. So on the bug, what I did was I used the Club Scraps red. It's called a hybrid ruby. I have a few reds, but for some reason I tend to grab this one. And so I'm just going to use that red. And so that really just goes right on the bug. And so for the bug, or the ladybug part, I did use the pigmented white and just come around the edge. I know I didn't even realize, but I do have this in Stampin' Up too. But this is, whoa, sorry, I just shook you, Color Box Cat's Eyes. And it's just a pigmented ink, but if you have any, it works really well on the black. And so I do like that for the black. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and add her dots. And so just kind of I put my glue where I think these pieces are gonna go, or where I want to place them. Whoops. And I think one of my antennas is not a good one, darn it. Oh, shoot. I'm gonna have to make do with that. And then I could always come in with some wire, and I do have wire, but I'm not gonna do that on this video. I was hoping to keep my video short, but it's almost impossible, even with prepping, and when you're not feeling good, it's, there we go. Okay, and let's get that little piece. That piece goes in that corner. Okay, and then I didn't even realize that antenna. Did I have an extra one? I guess I didn't. Okay, well, we're gonna make do with what we have. That's just the way it's gonna have to be. So I'm just gonna add the glue to the back right up at the top, and that way I can get my little antennas. So I need to figure out, since one of them has a boo-boo, I think I'm gonna go like that. Okay, so I want that one there, and that one there, and then I have an extra little dot thing I'm gonna stick on there. So I just kind of stuck a little dot thing that I had extra, because when I had cut the first ladybugs out, I had the pieces left. Okay, so we can add some little highlights, maybe. Okay, or you could add dots, and then we'll just add her on here, and then we're done. And then I just put some glue on the back. I sized her bigger because the first one, when it cut out, and that may have been the one that cut out on the first one, I don't know. It didn't cut really well because I resized this smaller. But so I do hope you enjoyed my video today. Oh, and let's do the eyes really quick. I just took the glossy accents and because I forgot to put the lid on it. Let's see. And I can't, there we go. Let's see. Oh, whoa, there it came with the bubble in it. I could see. I haven't had a bubble issue. Oh, I could see all the bubbles now. I think because I shook it. Okay. Definitely don't want to shake this. And then I could always try to pop those bubbles. Get them moved. Okay. I think that's going to be okay. If I move them up to where the white's going to be, where I do my little white dot, I think I'll be okay. All right, and so there you have it. And so I do hope you enjoyed my video today. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, just drop me a comment below and I'll go ahead and answer. And thank you for stopping by. Have a good day.